I saw the results in this program after the first day. Very, very fast. I know that there still is work ahead. Like every program, there will always be work ahead. But I could see results within the first day. I was more aware and more conscious of my speech. I stutter quite a bit, and it's always caused a lot of anxiety, and because of that, it's kind of made me stutter even more so. And I came to you because all of the other all of the other methods that I've tried hasn't really been any methods that I've been interested in learning about. Well, the whole entire number 4 thing hasn't been an issue till just like today. A few difficult numbers that have been problematic is the number 30 has always been a problem of mine, which is hard. The proper energy for a follower in a dog pack is called calm, submissive energy. This is the healthiest energy for your dog. When people come to the dog psychology center and watch my pack in action, they are often astounded at how mellow a group of 40 to 50 dogs can be 90% of the time. Okay. Do you want me to just get in there and begin? Start beginning? Meteoropolis, the chief or often capital city of a country, state, or region. Metropolis, meddlesome, mule, delegation, delete, rios, delf, deli, deliberate, deliberation, delicacy, delicate, delicious, delight, delightful, delineate, delinquent, delinquency, delirious, delirium, technicalium, technicality, technorexy, tectonics, teddy, tedious, tedium, tea. Today is Wednesday.
Right. No, what is the number of the day? First.
Today is the 3rd day.
Right.
The 3rd and final day of the class.
Right.
The class definitely did meet my expectations. It has helped me be more conscious of what I was saying and about the words I was saying. Not necessarily just saying everything at once, trying to cram it in to words, which has really been a big problematic problem of mine ever since I was very young. The class really has helped me out a lot. Be more aware of what I am saying. Dayflower. Daylight. Daylight savings time. Day. Day school. Day students. daytime, Dayton, days, dazzle, discommode, discompose, disconcert, disconnect, disconnected, teetotaler, Teflon, Tehran, Tektite, tell, tele, telecast, telecommunication, think, thankful, thankless, thanks, Thanksgiving, theater. Sometimes I see clients who have tried to solve a behavior problem, say separation anxiety, by bringing another dog into the home. Despite their best intentions, this can be like dropping a lighted match into a can of gasoline. If you're dealing with two dogs, at least one of them has to be balanced.
Okay, great. So tell me what you have read about.
Introducing a new dog into the pack, into the home. And if one has separation anxiety, it could be a problem.
Okay, any more details? You're allowed to cheat, you can look.
There was a very important one. I lost the page though. When people try to solve another dog's problem with separation anxiety, they sometimes introduce another dog into the pack. And that can be like lighting a match.
Yeah.
Gasoline.
How was your reading?
It's good.
Did you make any mistakes?
No.
No. And in terms of when you told me what you've read about, how was your speech?
It was good.
Also, did you make any mistakes?
No.
No. Great.
I started stuttering when I was way young. Ever since I can remember, I've been stuttering. It got really bad, I believe, in about 2nd or 3rd grade was when I got really bad and I was barely even able to communicate. And I believe that part of the reason why I started stuttering in the first place was because English was my second language. I was born in Chicago, but Vietnamese was all I knew and all I grew up talking in, and that was what my parents taught me to talk in at home.
Who told you that you were a stutterer?
Nobody told me. I just always kind of realized that my speech pattern was different than everyone else. That was really obvious. And growing up, stuttering has always been a problem, but it hasn't really been a huge problem. Up until recently when I'm realizing that more and more that the older I get and the more professions that I'm going to be in very soon, it's going to be in public speaking, and not just public speaking, but also being on television. It's time to not ignore the problem anymore, I guess, and it was time to finally face the problem and see what I could do about it. So about 4 or 5 years ago, even longer than that, probably about 6, 7 years ago, I started on a mini adventure to see what I could do to improve myself and stop my stuttering. With all of the research I've done, with all of the speech programs I've learned about, everything has just been the same thing over and over. So growing up, in every single school I was in, and I went to lots of schools when I was young, every few years my family moved quite a bit. I tried a lot of speech pathologists, going down to see how many sessions I would need and the cost of it. All of it was pretty outrageous. It's not about the price that I was always worried about, it was the methods that they wanted to try with me. And that was the same thing over and over, where it would be a span of about 8 months to a year until I would see results. and it was a continuous cycle. The methods were very similar to the methods that I had in elementary and junior high school, which was essentially an ESL class. In a span of a few times a week, in a span of months and months.
Like what? What were the methods? Did they ask you to read or what?
I'm not quite sure. I just had a few consultations, and just didn't like the program that they presented to me, so I didn't go any further or ask any more questions.
Okay.
So right off the bat, I kind of knew those programs weren't for me, so I didn't just keep digging deeper and deeper into finding more information about those programs.
How did stuttering negatively impact your life?
It has prevented me from not wanting to be as social as I always am. It has prevented me from being afraid to meet new people, even though I am a big social butterfly and I love meeting people. It has really impacted me in a negative way because it has turned me into such an almost introvert, even though that's not who I am naturally. I saw the results in this program after the first day, very, very fast. I know that there still is work ahead. Like every program, there will always be work ahead. But I could see results within the first day. I was more aware and more conscious of my speech. I actually saw your program randomly on Facebook. And I remember just stumbling on your page close to a year ago and just being so fascinated by your program and the claims of your program and not knowing anything else about the program. I remember the past year just kind of fantasizing and telling myself that there's no way a program like that can exist. There is no way that a 3-day program could exist. So this past year, I started looking at more and more information about the program, from Googling it, from going on the websites, from looking at videos, a combination of a lot of things, and realized that the program was and is a realistic program that did work for me.
Was it difficult for you to learn what you have learned?
It was very difficult. I felt like I was in a boot camp, and you were my boot
Sergeant.
drill sergeant. That, and sometimes I got frustrated and just didn't like you just because, not because of you, but because of frustration for my own self. So it was a very hard class. It was very difficult. You're pretty much relearning how to speak. You're pretty much unlearning everything that you have learned your whole life. So it has been one of the hardest things I've had to do.
Yep.
But is it worth it? Absolutely. If you're trying to improve yourself and eliminate your stuttering, I suggest you obviously look into other methods also, but you will come back to this method and realize that this is an amazing method and an amazing opportunity for you to try something different and something out of the box and something that has been proven to work. Unlike every other speech programs that aren't successful. I have always been a very ambitious, a very driven person, and it's starting with just this year where I will be signing on with a few contracts with companies and starting a few companies and going down the path of my entrepreneurship path that I've always had a passion for ever since I was young.
Great. Okay, I wish you a lot of success. Anything else you want to say before I turn the camera off?
Nope, good luck. It'll be worth it.
Okay.